When designing for the first time, you might find yourself worrying about what you should do and how you should approach things, especially when facing a blank white page. In such situations, we may seek inspiration from existing designs. However, for someone who is new to design, there might be some apprehension about how they should toe the line of being inspired by others and copying directly. For that reason, to understand what it means to take inspiration from existing designs and still create something of your own, in this video, we will look at this subject from two perspectives. The first is academia. In academic writing, it is common practice for a high-quality submission to draw knowledge from a wide range of sources. Usually, the researcher would interpret and draw conclusions, and this would become an addition to the knowledge resources available after it is published. After, the newfound knowledge can be relied upon by other researchers, and with it, they can form new meanings to expand the understanding of a topic with various views. For example, if I publish a paper based on a view, you can read it and take elements of my findings but interpret it differently because you would have a different view. Then later, when you publish yours, someone else can read what you and I have found, pull out arguments, and make new conclusions to the topic of discussion to drive understanding forward. Here, we learn that knowledge and ideas do not remain stagnant, rather they evolve, especially when they are referenced and examined. Now, let's look at our next perspective, music sampling. Keeping a similar tune, in music, sampling techniques are used to carry melodies, rhythms, cadence, and speech from one track to another to create something new. Let's listen to a horn section of a track that has evolved over the decades. That was a track by the artist C.K Mann with a horn section that reportedly dates back to the 1970s. In the late 90s, the track was covered by another artist, Omar. However, he added his artistic flair to the sound of the horns. And as we've just heard, that particular section expanded what we understood sonically by filling the vacant spaces with vocals and lyricism. And it continued because, just as knowledge evolves in academia, music also travels through sampling, and this was evidenced in the 2010s after another musician, Mugeez, referenced the 90s cover. So to recap, a melody from the 70s evolved into lyrics in the late 90s and then had a new meaning in the 2010s. And as you can see, both perspectives acknowledge the usefulness of existing work, but it also emphasized the importance of adaptation when taking inspiration to create something new. In the context of design, existing art serves as a purpose of inspiration, so you can look at it as the foundation of a new idea and not the idea itself. In my view, the issue with being a copy comes when ideas are lifted directly and presented exactly as it was found, often without a lot of thought or creativity. And looking at how both perspectives advance art and knowledge, I think designers who apply this approach are the ones who tend to be agile in their output. That is because they are exposed to a wide range of ideas and are therefore able to decide in many directions. To illustrate everything mentioned, here is one of my favorite pieces of artwork. I designed the aha moment back in 2018 when I saw this picture. To some people, the inspirations that led to this design may be obvious, but to those who aren't aware, three things inspired this poster. The first is action movie posters. Initially, I wanted to design a poster in the style of an action movie. You know, the ones where the main character is prominent in view? That one. Moving on, the next inspiration was Japanese graphics art and designs. I wanted to adopt this style of design as I appreciated how its characters stood out from backgrounds. With these two things in mind, the aim was to create an artwork that looks like a movie poster, but in the style of Japanese graphics designs. But then, as I drew the outlines of the walls, I was led to my third inspiration, which was the music video of the 80s hit Take On Me by the band Aha, which also inspired the name of the artwork, the Aha Moment. Once I chanced upon this, I heavily leaned into the aesthetics of the video and the other inspirations, and this meant adding elements found from each until I was happy with it. And that is how it came together. So now you've had some context about taking inspirations, seen and heard some examples. I would close by saying that you should welcome a diverse range of ideas to your design notebook and carry each element as tools to your next project. Thanks for watching and have a great day.